There's no bad bits, it's like you've won the lottery every day. I did make a bit of an idiot of myself though, with Emma Thompson. Yeah, right, so you have costume fitting, so after your cast you have to go up a bunch of times before you actually get to film. It's like, you get to look at the presents but you can't actually unwrap them. And so I kept going up and I had to go up for this costume fitting and I saw Emma and I was like, wow, Emma Thompson, this is awesome. So I went straight up to her and I was wearing this t-shirt, which I thought was hilarious, which was a picture of Kate Moss holding a can of Coke which said Kate, and she had a little trickle of blood coming from her nose. And I thought everyone all day would be saying, that's a brilliant t-shirt, that's very funny. And I marched up to Kate Moss, and I said, that would be bad. I went up to Emma Thompson and I said, oh, hi, I'm May James, nice to meet you, I'm a massive fan. And we were talking for about a minute, and she sort of looked back and she kind of tilted her head sideways, and her face just fell. And she looked at me and she went, oh, that's a shame. She's a lovely girl, you know. And I turned, I felt about this big, I turned to the runner behind me and I said, I've just met somebody who knows the person on my t-shirt. I'm so far from home. I walked like head in hands back to my train and I didn't come out for the rest of the day. I thought, I'm not suitable to be around this kind of company. So yeah, for me that was a low point.
This isn't in the league of their moments, but the tutoring, because you have to do 3 hours of tutoring every day, and though I'm a rarity, I actually quite like school usually. It's one of those things where you're in a small room with like a glass window overlooking the main studios, so you're like, over there's the Great Hall, but we're here doing work. It's there! Why? It's some sort of torture sometimes, when you're here doing this work whilst you can just see like Hogwarts just over there on the horizon, and you know you can't go there. It wasn't bad, but it was probably my least favourite moment.
I had to rip my black hair extensions which were glued onto the side of my face. I had to rip them off each day to de-snake myself, and that was a pretty painful process. So, this is probably it.
I would say it's a worse moment, but I did have a lot of disappointments because it was difficult being a fan on set to see them change certain points of the story that I know I had moments like, you're not cutting out Dumbledore's funeral! You know? I would try to I remember talking to David Heyman about that. I was like, I'll give you my paycheck for the film, for the funeral. Certain actors smoking, I'd be like, I just wanted it to be Hogwarts, and so it did. So I did have a few disappointments, but I mean, it was all worth it. But yeah, some of those times were like, don't be professional. Yeah. I don't have a least favorite moment because the whole part of it was just amazing. But I do have a very embarrassing moment. So it was after the screen test. We got called up to the lady's office, and we were like, okay. And we went there, and she said, oh yeah, I've got someone to meet you. And then Dan walked out. It just dropped. And then I was there, and I was just chatting to him, and Mum was stood there, she wasn't talking. And he was like, oh, I guess I'll call you Mum. And Mum turned around again and said, oh, you can call me Grandma. We were just chatting for a couple of minutes, but the car was waiting, and so the AD said, oh, I'm really sorry, they have to go. He was like, oh, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. And then we said goodbye and everything. I think I got about 2 meters away. I said, I'm never washing this hand again. And he turned around and went like this. And then said, Mum, turn around, because I didn't know he turned around. And Mum turned around and she just went like this. And he was like, it's fine.